Good morning, Indian Trail. This is Mrs. Archer with your daily Wildcat Wire news. Today is Friday, October 23rd, 2020. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We would like to wish a very happy birthday to Kyrie F., Maya F., and John B., who will be celebrating over the weekend. Today is National Slap Your Irritating Coworker, so Mr. Lubing, you better watch yourself today. You know how I can get. The weather today is a high of 62 degrees, thunderstorms this morning with clouds and rain likely this afternoon. All right, and now it's time for Mrs. Archer's Wheel of Fun. I owe you some winners from a couple weeks ago because I forgot about them last week. I'm going to tell you I have my mask on right now because we have a special guest that I'm going to tell you about in just 1 second. So first, our winners from the McDonald's who you would like to have your, if you were to have a celebrity meal. Adam Dills, you win with your hot and spicy chicken, medium fries, and a large Sprite. You also said the movie that you always like to watch is Billy Madison. I love that movie. I can quote that movie for you. As a matter of fact, here's one of my favorites. She's over here talking about chlorophyll. More like borophyll. Then we have Drew J. He was also a winner. We picked two. His meal was a quarter pounder with cheese, fries with sweet and sour sauce, and a medium Fanta. This mask, guys, check it out. P.S. What was different about Mrs. Archer? You did say my hair was straight. That's true, but it is curly today. Glasses. I got new glasses. And Drew J's favorite movie was Bumblebee. He always watches that. Sophia G. You did say something about my hair being straight and that you hope my mom liked it. That was hilarious, and my mom said she did like it. And then Annalie A., you were correct with the glasses. All right, another winner from last week, we had What's Your Sweet Treat? Kaylee B., you are a winner with cookies. And Richard Q., you are also a winner with Starburst Duo. I've never tried those. I'll have to check it out when I go get them to bring them to your house later today. And then I also added a question, what was your favorite Hamilton song? We had a lot of Satisfied, had a lot of Burn, had a lot of the first song that starts, the Alexander Hamilton song. A lot of you are like, I don't have a favorite. I don't know the movie. Well, then that's okay too. But some of you said, I don't like any of the songs. I've never watched it. Well, then how do you know? But Brianna M., your answer was really funny. You said, My Shot, 100%. And then Brianna Z., yours was the original answer with the Reynolds pamphlet. That was like taken from a B track. So, this week's Mrs. Archer's Wheel of Fun, back by popular demand, Miss Dulovich! All right, Miss Dulovich, give that bad boy a nice spin. Oh, I hit it. That was a really good spin. It never lasts that long. Oh, and she broke it. Good Lord. Oh, do you want fries with that? Hey, I want you guys to tell me what is your favorite fast food restaurant that you absolutely would always go to if you could every single day. Mrs. Archer, Chipotle. Well, maybe Jimmy John's. It would be really hard to choose. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. So, go in the Google chat, answer. What is your favorite fast food restaurant? And now for Mrs. Archer's thoughts on the bike. So this week, very short, I want to talk to you a little bit about excuses. So last week we talked about excuses, and a lot of you came up with the same thing as that I did. I'll do it later. One of the things I remember when I was in college and we get down there, when we got down to college my freshman year, and my friends and I would be like, you know what we should do? We should go to Walgreens. That'll give us something to do, because it's kind of boring when you first get down there. And then we're like, but if we go to Walgreens today, what will we do tomorrow? So that's one of those things that that I kind of always feel like if you feel like you have the time, you're going to put it off. Caitlin M said, I always say I'm going to put things off until tomorrow, and the next thing you know, it turns into weeks. And then Gwen I liked yours the most because I do this all the time with myself. You said, I went for a run so I can have another Oreo. One of those things that we do is that we feel like when we work out, we owe ourselves in food, and that's kind of a bad habit to get into. I know I've tried to do that myself to kind of get away from that because I did this great workout and I worked out an extra half hour. I can have this extra treat. But sometimes really what that extra treat should be something that you do to take care of yourself and practice good self-care. So this week when I was thinking about excuses, so the iReady test of Mrs. Archer's challenge came along, okay? So I've been doing this challenge for 8 weeks, and at the end, they suggest that you do this test to see if your fitness performance increased. Now, the first time I did it, way back in March when Mrs. Casagrande and I decided we were going to do this together, we took the test the very first time. She probably did better than me because she's way more fit than me. So I got 118, and then we did this 4-week-long program. I did it again, and I went to a 144. So I had a really good increase. So this last 8 weeks, I've been working really hard, and I was worried about taking the test because I felt to myself, I'm like, well, what if I don't do as well? Or, let me just ignore it. I can manually set the numbers and increase my fitness performance. And then I was on the bike on Friday, and the teacher said something that kind of stuck with me, that like they always do. And it was, you can't be upset about the progress you didn't make for the work you didn't put in. And I thought to myself, you know what? She's absolutely right. I put in a lot of work. It's time for me to see my progress. And even if I don't progress as much as I thought, it doesn't matter because I know that I put the work in. I can't expect to put in 70% of the work and get 100% effort. So I'm like, okay, this is a good example for me to even show my students because even though I don't take iReady, I know for you, iReady is about just as difficult as this test was going to be for me. And it was. Guys, my heart rate was a 174 for about 15 minutes straight. I think I started off a little bit too fast, so I lost some gas towards the end. And then my arm started bothering me and I started getting a side cramp. And then I was like, I could just quit and delete the ride, but I decided against it. And I finished with a 169, which was an improvement. So it wasn't that 22-point gain, but it still was an improvement. After 8 weeks of hard work, it really did pay off. So I'm going to encourage all of you. We're going to have iReady again. Come January, just keep putting in the work and you will see it pay off. It can happen to me. It can happen to you. Everything, what's hard for you is hard for me. It's just what we're working on. For me, fitness is really hard. For you, it might just be school. So don't give up. Have a really great weekend, guys. We'll see you Monday.